Hello again, and welcome back to My English Brain. Today, we're talking about past tense questions. Did, was, or were? Alright, let's get started. This is Caitlin and Marie. Caitlin works at a nail salon. Marie is going to go to a wedding tomorrow, and she needs her nails painted. Let's listen to their conversation.
Okay, let's get you ready for this wedding. You said you wanted scarlet dark red, right?
Yep, that's perfect. I'm in love with this color.
Me too! It's going to look beautiful when we're finished.
Can I just say that I love your accent?
Aw, thank you. Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Where are you from?
I'm from England originally.
Oh, my mom's side of the family is from England. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Leeds, but I'm not from there.
Oh, okay. So, where were you born?
I was born in Manchester, but my father found work in Leeds, so we moved there when I was young.
What did your father do there?
He was a banker, and my mum found work as a kindergarten teacher.
How old were you when you moved?
Let me think. I was 13 at the time.
I imagine that was hard to change schools and friends and everything, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but I managed. Know what I mean?
So, when did you come here to Canada?
I came here in 2014 with my fiance.
So, how did you meet him?
We met at university. We studied at the same uni.
What was your major?
I studied history, but I didn't finish. My fiance had a job opportunity here in Vancouver, so we moved here before I could finish.
Hey, I study history too.
Oh, really? Yeah, I love it. I'm going to go back next semester to finish, hopefully.
Where are you going to go?
University of British Columbia.
Really? That's where I'm studying. We should get together and study.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Okay. I'm going to get your number when we're done. You are going to love the university. It is so beautiful there.
Okay, now it's time for the grammar. And today's grammar is past tense questions with did, was, or were. Okay, so in a past tense question, we need to use did, or was, or were. So when do we use did, and when do we use was and were? Well, first, did we use for questions about action. Action. So, was we use for questions about description. So what's the difference between a question about action and a question about description? Well, let's look at this example. The verb grow up. Grow up is this action. And if I want to ask a question about this action, I need to use did. For example, where did you grow up? So, when I use the verb, the action, when I ask a question about the verb or the action, I need to use did for the auxiliary. So did is only for verbs, when I use a verb in the question. Now, was and were is different, because it's a question about description. So if I want to know your house location when you were young, I would use was and were, because it's a question about a description. So I'd say, where was your house? Where was your house? Now notice when I use was or were, there is no other verb in the question. It's the only verb. This is not a question about action, it's a question about description. So was and were are the only verbs. Remember, did is for action, so we use did when we ask a question about the verb, about the action. Where did you grow up? And was and were are questions about description. It's the only verb in the question. For example, where was your house? Very good. So be careful. Remember, when we use was, it's only for the subjects I, he, she, and it, the singular subjects. And with the subjects you, we, and they, the plural subjects, we use were. Another thing to think about is that when we use the verb be in the past tense, we do not use did. Did and be are never in the same sentence. No. So, in the past tense question, you cannot use did when the main verb is be. We use the past tense of be. Were you in class yesterday? And it's the only verb in the sentence. Very good. Okay, so now it's time to practice. To practice, use did or was or were to finish the question. For example, where did you live before you came here? The question is about the verb live, the action. So we use did. Where did you live before you came here? Repeat. Where did you live before you came here? I lived in England. Next. When were you born? We use were because this is a question about description, not about action. When were you born? I was born in 1991. Next. Why did you come to Vancouver? Again, this is a question about an action, so we use did. Why did you come to Vancouver? My fiance got a job here. Next. What was your first day in Canada like? This is a question about the description. The description of the first day in Canada. What was your first day in Canada like? I was very nervous. When did you meet your fiance? The question is about the action, meet. When did you meet your fiance? We met in 2011. How old were you when you met him? The question is about a description. How old were you? So we use were. How old were you when you met him? I was 20. When was your fiance born? We use was for the description. When was your fiance born? He was born in 1989. What was his major in college? Another question about description, not about action. What was his major in college? He studied computer engineering. What job did he find here in Vancouver? The question is about the action, the verb, find. What job did he find here in Vancouver? He works for the government. Alright, that's it for today's lesson, guys. If you liked the lesson, remember to share it with friends, family, and classmates. For more videos, subscribe to the channel. And for more practice, go to the website, myenglishbrain.com. Don't forget, the next video. He took me to a movie. Object, pronouns. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and good luck.